Good morning. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you're new here. My name's Jen. I thought it would be fun today to do a full day of eating, what I eat in a day video. I tend to focus on protein, so you'll see that throughout the day. I like to make sure I get plenty of protein at every meal. And I do try to eat mostly whole foods, although I do eat some fun foods as well. I think all things can fit. It's about 5:30 in the morning. I've already made up my BCAAs, had a little bit of caffeine. I like to start with a little bit of a energy drink in the morning just to get a little bit of caffeine. I'll start with my pre-workout snack. If you've seen my other video, you know that my go-to is a Pop-Tart. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish eating this, and then I will be back after my workout with my next meal. So for breakfast, I'm having some eggs and turkey bacon and an English muffin. As you can see here, I have cooked up 1 whole egg, 2 servings of egg whites, along with some spinach and mushrooms, and then some ketchup on top. I have a piece of turkey bacon and an English muffin with it. This meal comes out to be about 25 to 30 grams of protein, depending on the type of bacon that you have. I really like to prioritize protein. I'm trying to add some muscle, so I want to make sure that I get around 30 grams of protein per meal. So I'm going to go ahead and eat this, and I'll be back with the next meal. All right, so it's about 1 o'clock, time for some lunch. And I have what you might consider a very interesting combination here, but I will explain why I'm having the things that I'm having. So what I have here is, first of all, I always like to have a vegetable at lunch. I love vegetables, and if you've seen my other videos, you know that broccoli is my absolute favorite vegetable. So I have some steamed broccoli here. I just season it with a little tiny bit of low sodium soy sauce for a little bit of flavor. And then, so that's my vegetable. And then I always try to have a balanced meal for all of my meals. So I always try to include some protein, some healthy fats, and some carbohydrates. Like I said earlier, I'm really trying to get plenty of protein. I aim for about 130-ish grams of protein a day. I love Greek yogurt, so I almost always have a Greek yogurt for lunch. As I do more of these what I eat in a day videos, you're going to notice that I tend to eat very similar things every day because I like them. So I have one of the Chobani less sugar Greek yogurts. This happens to be strawberry. And then I'm out of granola. I like to stir in granola, so I just have some cereal. So this is some Captain Crunch, which is actually really good with Greek yogurt. I really like cereal stored into it. Gives it a little bit of a crunch and gives me some carbohydrates. And then because this is really low in fat, I did add a piece of cheese. And because I just didn't want cheese, I actually melted it onto a rice cake. So I love rice cakes as a vehicle for putting other things on them. So I love rice cakes melted with cheese. I love them with nut butters on them. All kinds of stuff you can do with rice cakes. So it seems a little odd, the combination, but these are all foods that I really enjoy. And it doesn't really matter what you eat if you enjoy it and you get in the nutrients. So I have the vegetables, the greens, the micronutrients. I have protein from the Greek yogurt, protein and fats from the cheese, and then carbohydrates from the cereal and the rice cake. This comes out to be about 25 grams of protein. Like I said, I try to get about 25 to 30 grams of protein per meal so that I can make sure that I hit my protein goals for the day. Like I said earlier, trying to add a little bit of muscle, so protein's really important for that. So I'm going to go ahead and enjoy this. I'll have a snack later this afternoon before dinner, and I'll be back with the snack. So it's about 5 o'clock, and yes, I finally did get around to having a shower. Do not judge. It's been one of those Sundays where, you know, you're doing a million things around the house, and you get to the point in the day where you're like, is it even worth it to take a shower? But Sunday is hair wash day, if you know, you know, and you can't mess with hair wash day. So I did take a shower, but it's time for a snack. So I'm gonna have a Larabar. I really like these. This is banana chocolate chip, really good flavor. Really good, clean ingredients. You know, very few ingredients in them. This is dates, almonds, bananas, and chocolate chips. So really super clean. They do not, however, have very much protein in it. I think this only has like 4 grams of protein. And I do like to get a little bit more protein in my snack. So I am also having a serving of this twisted dough salted caramel protein batter. So I love this stuff. It's kind of like the consistency of a thick caramel sort of thing. It's basically protein powder with some other stuff in it. A serving of this only has half a gram of fat, 2 grams of carbs, and 10 grams of protein. So it's pretty much like pure protein. So super sweet. I like to have a sweet snack in the afternoon. The other thing I didn't show you was after lunch. I always need to have something sweet after my meals. So after lunch, I had a couple jelly beans and a mini Kit Kat because I love a piece of chocolate as well. So I'm going to have this, and then it'll be a little while before dinner. It's about 5 o'clock. I usually eat dinner around 7:30. So when I figure out what we're having for dinner, I will let you know, and I'll be back with that. All right, well, I have dinner, and I made this concoction that looks really good. I love to make what I like to call egg roll in a bowl, where you take chopped cabbage, saute that off, and then add in any sort of ground meat. I happen to use ground beef. I decided for my carbs, because I really don't like rice, a lot of people would serve that over rice. I had some of these baked, not fried, low sodium ramen noodles that I found. And so I cooked up one of the noodles of that, drained them, and then just put them in the bowl with the cabbage and the ground beef. So this looks really good. I'm gonna go ahead and eat this. I will be back after dinner to let you know what my sort of nighttime sweet treat will be before we wrap up the full day of eating. So this is going to end the full day of eating. I'm going to show you what I'm going to have as a sort of a nighttime dessert as I'm watching some TV. I always end the night with some sort of protein bar. So tonight I'm going to have a Quest, and the chocolate chip cookie dough is by far the best flavor Quest has ever made. Comment if you have a flavor that you like better than this, but I truly think this is the best one. And then the other thing that I've been loving at night is I found this company. It's called Kingline, and this is their gourmet edible cookie dough. It has protein infused, so it's got some protein powder in it. It's great. It has the consistency of raw cookie dough, which I absolutely love. This is called Twinkie Bar. It comes in multiple flavors, so I've really been liking this. You can eat it raw or you can bake it. I've honestly never baked it because I love raw cookie dough. So I usually have a little scoop of this at night as well. It does have 3 grams of fat, 13 grams of carbs, and 5 grams of protein. So not super, super high in protein, but I do have the 20 grams in the protein bar. So, and then the other thing is every night I end my night with a Werther's Original. It is my absolute favorite hard candy, so much so that I put it on my Christmas list this year. So I always have this kind of the last thing at night before I go brush my teeth and go to bed. So overall, you know, pretty well balanced. I try to keep my meals pretty balanced with some sort of vegetable always at lunch and dinner. This morning I actually had vegetables at breakfast as well with the spinach and the mushrooms in the eggs. And then I always make sure that I have plenty of protein. I like to get 25 to 30 grams of protein per meal, and then also some healthy fats in them and the carbohydrates as well. Really helps me just to fuel everything. Like I commented earlier, you know, my goal is to add a little bit of muscle, so I am really focusing on protein. I try to get about 130 grams or so of protein a day, and I ended this day right at about 130. So just kind of, you know, what I like to do, what works for me. I also have a little bit higher carb than a lot of people would think. I like to eat, and I eat a lot of food. So, but I also, like I said, trying to add some muscle. So really trying to work on fueling my workouts as best I can. Trying to keep it real for you. You know, my meals are not fancy. All of them took no more than 5 to 10 minutes to put together. So because I'm busy, I work full time, I try to have meals that are pretty quick or things that I can prep ahead of time. When I do have a little bit of extra time, I try to meal prep, especially my proteins, so that I have those on hand. So just to make things a little bit easier when it comes to meal time. So let me know in the comments if you found this, you know, interesting, helpful. If you'd like more full days of eating, I would love to do them. They're pretty similar. The days that I work are all pretty similar to each other. The weekends tend to be sometimes a little bit different just because I have some more time at home. But hopefully you enjoyed it. And let me know if you want to see another one. As always, like, comment, subscribe. It really does help my channel. I appreciate you all, and I will be back next week with another video.